Saturday. Christmas comes early.
Unbelievable! Welcome to this incredible scene.
Bills.
To the end zone!
Chargers.
It's a touchdown!
An exclusive NFL game.
That's fantastic!
Live in primetime.
Wow!
Only on Peacock.
With a Christmas gift to their fans.
They're having some fun now.
Bills versus Chargers. Saturday, 7:30 Eastern. Exclusively on Peacock.
Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our quick publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms, and we have our own apps for Apple and Android. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to another episode of the Songs of Anfield for Anfield Index. I am delighted as normal to be joined by David Jaggs, Jaggsy from the Ragamuffins. Jaggsy, how are we?
Yeah, not bad, not too bad. Hoping.
Christmas time. Yeah, yeah. It's one of those at the moment. Christmas time, everyone's got busy family stuff, but football-wise, probably hoping is the right way of phrasing it in this busy period. Now, Jaggsy, we are up to episode number 5 now, aren't we, of this? And I mean, we've had a fair few that we've run through or we chatted about. So there's been the match day culture. There's been the Jurgen song, I Feel Fine. We've had Every Other Saturday. We've had the Fields of Anfield Road. This one, as someone fan suggested, this is a continental song, apparently. I never heard that before, but a bit of a new one to me. But without further ado, what song are we going to talk about, Jaggsy?
We are going to talk about ALLEZ.
The repetition. I mean, this really got a lot of passionate responses, especially in the comments. I don't know why, Jaggsy. Maybe there's something about this song, but people didn't just say the song. They shared the song and then they said why. And there was some really passionate responses. I mean, I even saw a few that stood out. People talking about, oh, it's one with me and my dad. I remember singing it, all sorts of things. So it really resonates. I mean, when I say ALLEZ, the Liverpool song, what comes to mind for you?
I think it's synonymous with everything that's happened under Klopp, and not just the success on the field, the kind of transformation of the club.
The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. Make creamy mac and cheese or a spinach artichoke fondue from our selection of Murray's cheese. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
I mean, it's synonymous with Jamie, and how I mean, you talk about transformations. He's gone from doing like boss nights in tiny things, but even previous to that, from being an electrician to being like an artist with 2 top 10 albums under his belt, which is sensational. Like, it's hard enough to get a record out, never mind doing it with like that level of success. And it is incredible, like the way that this song has been there. And I mean, we talked about in the last episode about how it's almost like Fields of Anfield Road has been bumped down the set list. Yeah. And I mean, ironically, it's been bumped down the charts, number 3 here. Yeah. And it is an incredible, an incredible thing. I mean, obviously, like you said, Dan, it is a song that originated on the continent, but it's certainly like the Liverpool version is the definitive version now. No question. And the fact that they are like the LA thing, it's like this lovely kind of references to our history throughout the song, released in the title, because obviously that's a throwback to 1977 and the games against Saint Etienne when they were singing Allez le Vert, like in the way that the French national team sing Allez le Bleu, and obviously Liverpool and the Kop as is was singing Allez le Rouge, which is so that kind of so I think it's another thing that kind of marks us out as different, but there's like often copied and but I don't think ever bettered really.
It is crazy, like you say. It does feel, because this is so high, and we've talked about some of the previous songs and the histories and the links. This is, like you say, it's a modern one. It's linked to the Klopp era, and like you said, the links to recent stuff like the Boss Nights, Jamie Webster. The one thing that stands out for me, and this is personal, see if you agree, because someone talked about Continental. For me, I think this is the ultimate European night under the lights Anfield song for me. Do you reckon, or do you see it differently?
I mean, I'd just say it is a song for all occasions. I mean, personally, my favorite. I'd say my favorite is the let off when we went 2-0 up against City. When you look at that end going berserk, and obviously that's a domestic occasion. It translates really well to that huge sort of end in a final at Wembley or somewhere. There's obviously, there are obviously. I mean, until Madrid, I'd probably say the when you look at the way it was almost like the song of the run to Kiev.
True.
But then, obviously, what happened in Kiev, like, is what it is. But I mean, I said this earlier on. It's like you almost think, would the song have sort of stayed the course had ultimately Madrid not happened, and then like the Klopp here and not. I mean, God forbid if we'd not have been able to like win in Madrid. I mean, that when the win in Madrid, you can't overestimate how important that was. But I think this song it might have gone the way of something like Poetry Emotion, which was because I mean we discussed earlier. I did a thing for got a feeling it was Amazon Prime, but it was like a film that was some guys from Rwanda who'd obviously come together over football, and their favourite Liverpool song was Poetry in Motion, and this is sort of like this was filmed in the run towards Kiev. So I think we filmed it the week of so we'd had the Roma 5-2 game, and so the song is there then, and it's like, and so everyone, and so it's like someone asked them like, "What's your favourite Liverpool song?" They were like, "Oh, We Are Liverpool," and it's like, really, and it just, but obviously, it might have taken a little bit longer for songs to come through, but you kind of think about, because that song's nowhere near like we still sing it every now and again, but it's just nowhere near like not even the same sort of like level as something like this, and it's obviously got, so I thought that was so in terms of the kind of keeping the song at that level, it needed success to sort of back it up, because otherwise it might have been like it might have been a song that is associated with like glorious failure, which would have been what would have been almost like,
it's true. I think you're actually spot on now. I'm saying I'll probably retract my European Under the Lights thing. I still think it's got that resonance, but like you say, because it's come with the Klopp era, it's that chart, and obviously things could have gone one or two ways. But like you say, you think about it, the run to Kiev, definitely there. Then you think, because obviously the say when we won it in Madrid, you have that there as well. And like say the leads the Boss Nights, that big set that Jamie Webster did. Then even like say when we won the league and we got say back, shall we say, into the grounds and everything, that's linked as well. And then I even think, and maybe this is where the memories kind of linking the two come from. Do you remember the nearly quadruple season where we won the 2 domestic cups and all that? And that sort of, there was that week, if you remember, where we played like United, Everton, and then Villarreal at home. And that when we went sort of 2-0 up, I just remember that version because there was that bit. It's like we could actually win everything for that moment type of thing. So it does have that sort of chart through, as you say, the Klopp era, the highs and lows of it all. I mean, I do wonder because I have heard you play this, but not many times. I'd be lying if I said I knew it was one of your regulars, but I could stand corrected. Do you get this pre, post match, big nights only? What are we talking?
So I would. So I've always. There's a weird one here because, as we've alluded to, by omitting it from this vote, "You Never Walk Alone" is not only our anthem; it's the club. It's effectively the club motto as well, isn't it?
True.
So if you're doing a set, you kind of think you've got to play that last. But from a musical perspective, I always find it a bit bizarre because because it's hard. I personally completely my thing. If I was doing a show, I'd never end with a ballad because it's sort of like, and "You Never Walk Alone" is effectively a ballad, and that that goes back to Jerry and the Pacemakers being told you should play slower love songs rather than stuff like "How Do You Do It," and that's one of the reasons he recorded this and then "Ferry Across the Mersey" in the 60s. So,
are you that person who has everything? The coolest merch and those must-have fan threads? Well, over at our Anfield Index shop, we've gone that extra mile when it comes to pimping up your Liverpool collection. From our popular range of bespoke design t-shirts, sweaters, hoodies and hats, to our signature edition mugs, prints and coasters, all provided with fast worldwide shipping. We have something for every red. We also stock official LFC merchandise and are licensed with the Premier League and UEFA to sell official iron-on shirt badges and sleeve patches. As a listener to this podcast, you can get 10% off everything with coupon code AIPRO10. Just head over to AnfieldIndex.shop or find us on Etsy by searching for Anfield Index.
Boost Mobile is giving families the holiday gift they really want. When you switch to Boost, get an iPhone 11 for only $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. You'll get amazing service too, because only Boost switches between the top networks to give you the best service. So stop by a Boost Mobile store and give the gift of Boost. That's an iPhone 11 for $49.99 or a free Samsung Galaxy A23. Get yours at a Boost Mobile store today. Visit boostmobile.com for details. New customers and in-store only. Requires auto pay and ID verification. Other restrictions apply. See participating dealers for details.
When I'm playing pre-match, it's almost like the way if there's like an entertainment aspect of it as well as kind of getting people like pumped up for the game. So I have to play it later on, but obviously pre-match there's a dilemma because obviously you can't play it too late because people are on the ground. So you have to kind of work it a little bit differently, and we've done it differently when we've done sort of Ragamuffins events and things like this. So when we've gone over to play in Vancouver, see when we went up to Edinburgh,
supporters club gigs,
when we've gone and played on the continent. So I've kind of, when you do that sort of thing, it's like I would have this as the ending of the set, and ultimately if as I inevitably do because I'm a masochist, then I'll carry on playing until I'm blue in the face. Or red in the face, as we should say. This would be my end. So I'd personally play "You Never Walk Alone" and then this on a match day. But that's just because it's a bigger reaction. And when we've and when we play it, especially when we play it with the band, we kind of do more of an homage to like the fact that it's an Italian disco song.
Yeah.
So we almost put that, but obviously we're like at heart, I suppose, is taking the soul element out of what we do as the Ragamuffins. We've got more of a sort of guitar indie sort of stuff going on. So it's almost like one of those sort of bands like the Rapture from like the noughties, that kind of thing, that we give it that element with the way we play it, where it's like an indie band doing like a disco sort of song. And I like our version. I like Jamie's version. And when you play to 60,000 people and get going berserk, you can't take better than that, can you? My God.
Yeah. True. It is a special tune. We've got to talk about sort of the music itself. I mean, for all the ones we've talked about, the history and the links, I mean, this is pretty recent. I mean, we're talking like, if you look at the history, or the limited history you can find, it's a short time, that 17, 18 is when it really comes through. Like you say, that road to sort of Kiev, that people reference the Porto game a lot. Can you remember, was it the Porto game? Is that your first sort of recollections where you think this is big, or you heard it and we've got to get this in our set type of thing?
Well, I mean, we weren't even, to be honest, we weren't even doing Liverpool games at that point. So obviously, I'd being a fan, I'm a bit, going to games and things like that. I was still, very conscious of it then. I wasn't at Porto away that season, but that is sort of seen as the one.
Yeah.
I mean, like, where it's sort of, all of a sudden it's everywhere, like people singing it on the kind of, the public transport in Porto and things like this. Obviously, that was the season. Was it 5-0? We won away at Porto.
Massive.
Like, huge win. Mane just sensational in that game. And is that the game where Salah was juggling the ball within the 6-yard box?
Linked it in, yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's the thing. But I think there's, like I said, it's an Italian song originally. I think there's a Napoli version. When you think about the number of times we seem to have played Napoli in recent times, that's like a funny one. But so there's obviously that sort of reference in the history of the song, but it has just been turned into something completely bigger than. I mean, that's almost like a throwaway Italian disco song, the Stai Steffanandi.
I'm glad you said it, because I had no idea how to pronounce that, so you've taken it from me. So yeah,
like one of our like biggest Ragamuffins fans lives there, Lake Como, and when we put our version out, because he's a rugby fan first and foremost, and he's got no interest in football whatsoever. So when we put out the Unity of Strength record, he's like,
tired of ads interrupting your favorite show? Good news. Ad-free listening on Amazon Music is included with your Prime membership. Download the Amazon Music app or visit amazon.com/ad-free sports. That's amazon.com/ad-free sports to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads. Enjoy thousands of Acast shows ad-free for Prime members. Some shows may have ads.
He wasn't aware at all of like Liverpool and this. He's like, why have you done a cover of like this Italian disco song? Which I thought was like really funny. I was like, it's like linking him to like in front of 60,000, going, well, this it's a charity record and everything. He's like, wow. Oh my God, this is insane. I was like, yeah. So he just didn't know. So I just thought it was really funny. So yeah.
It is one of those. There's just so many links. And again, you can correct me if this is wrong. We've separated You'll Never Walk Alone because it's one of the two scarves. One of the two songs, for me, where scarves come in. You'll Never Walk Alone. Everyone holds up the scarf. It's passionate. There's that moment. ALLEZ. Swinging, isn't it? Yeah. Like, do you remember when that came in as well? I just remember like one day, like, we're all just swinging. We're going mad. And I was like, I was on the cuff. I was like, but it just kind of happened, like where it came from. Do you remember at all?
No, I don't remember exactly. I mean, it's a throwback to sort of the great Ring of Fire days from like 05 and that sort of run. But yeah, it's just great, isn't it?
Yeah. It literally has that sort of connection with the scarves and everything. Now, I love this song, so I don't want to sort of belittle it, play it down, anything like that in any way. am I being too harsh to say I tend to think we hear this again in Europe when we're winning or we're popular and winning? Is that too far, or do you hear it all the time, or would you say it is one of our like repertoire that comes out?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it is something that you're gonna. It's almost like a celebration. It's the kind of song it's a go-to song after celebrating a goal, isn't it? I mean, yeah, because the way when the ground when the ground sings it, it's almost like there's almost like there's like an acceleration in the how we go from there.
Yeah, and it goes, yeah.
But there's also going on for my musical geekery element, which I'm playing on the podcast for. You've got there's a beautiful thing. Well, obviously we talk about accelerating songs. This is one of the unique ones that it feels like we slow it down on the "We've conquered all of Europe."
Yeah.
Now, listen out for this. Listen out for this. Next time there's like a big ALLEZ. It's almost like it's "We've conquered all," which is like it's like is it rallentare? It's like obviously one of those sort of Italian terms in music. I only know it from saying "ral" the ending, which means like you slow the ending down of a song, but you say so it kind of slows the song down and then goes back up to the normal pace, which is just really I just think that's really interesting how that many people can do that to a piece of music, and they're all singing together, and it's like "We've conquered all Europe,"
and then like slow down, clap, and everything,
slow down, and so because I mean, as with most of our other songs, the crowd do accelerate it, but we do slow that part of the song down before carrying on, and I've always found that like a really interesting part of the song when.
It is crazy. Yeah, literally, it's now you said it. It's like it's almost like a thunderclap when we start, and then it's like let off, and it goes and builds from there. I mean, it is special. There's no two ways about it, and yeah, it has almost encompassed part of this whole Klopp period, that emotion and what it means to us. Now, the final scene I'm going to set you, the final question, but the link. You talked about Madrid. You talked about the road to Kiev.
Okay, you're deep in the jungle, hanging with a friendly jaguar. Or how about in outer space, playing the bass? Let your imagination run wild with the new generative AI tools in Adobe Photoshop. Create anything you can dream up just by typing a text prompt. Treehouse in your jungle? Unicorn in your spaceship? Just type it. This changes everything. Hit the banner or go to Photoshop.com and try it for free.
Could this be a special one in Dublin, potentially, if we get there?
Fingers crossed, Dave. I mean, you never know. There might be, the season is yet young. There could be something that we've not even thought of for a song yet.
Yeah.
The song in Dublin, because that's the kind of thing. I mean, around this time, imagine in the Madrid season, like there's probably about like 15 lads who went away to Belgrade who knew about Si Senor at this point, and then all of a sudden it's like a massive thing. You've got some ridiculous indie band doing a version of it. So you just don't know, do you?
True.
I mean, to be quite honest, if things are going well, you'd like to think that'd be the case, and we might be doing a refresher version of this in a year's time. But who knows?
Yeah, true. Listen, it's a massive, and Christ, I hope we hear this again many a time, because it usually means, as we say, we're going well and there's trophies. Now, people, if you think that runs us through, we've talked about match day culture, maybe more importantly, I know people who've been listening and subscribing, so thanks as well for all the comments and the kind feedback. We have run through these, Jaggsy, now, and we are pretty much set to come to the top one, which we'll release around the Christmas. Yeah, top of the court, around the Christmas period. I'll leave this with you, Jagsy. You're the musician, you're the entertainer. You can decide whether to tease them a little bit and not do the reveal, or you want to sort of hype it up for the release, whatever you want to call it. You're the musician on this. You should tell me. So I'm just going to...
Dave, they're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. I mean, people are probably going to put 2 and 2 together and make 6. So, but you never know. Let's do the big reveal on the next one.
Fair enough. So just for those, just to remember that we've had a fair few.
You can't open your presents before. You can't open your present before Christmas Day, can you?
That is true. Yeah, that's many a parent. Maybe the dad's in us coming out for that. But yeah, absolutely true. But just for the big reveals, people, as we know, you're not getting it under Odds of Jagsy. But if you think what we've got so far, we've had, as we say, all the way through I Feel Fine, or the Jurgen song. We had the Match Day Culture every other Saturday. We've had the Fields of Anfield Road. We've had ALLEZ. And you will have to wait till next time, Christmas or around Christmas time, to find out what topped your vote. I suspect some of you might have an inkling, to be honest, but we will see indeed around Christmas time, which all it really leaves me to say is, for the nearly final time, the penultimate time, Jagsy, thank you for your time and the musicality, the insight. It was much appreciated, mate.
No worries. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, Merry Christmas indeed. Even to Everton fans at this time of year as well. But ladies and gents, that was episode 5 of the Songs of Anfield Index for Anfield Index.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at AnfieldIndex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.
Sports Social Podcast Network.